The cars in Mission Impossible aren't just transportation or props for chases. They reveal the tone of each film, the evolution of Ethan Hunt's world, and the shifting balance between subtlety, spectacle, raw practicality, and even self-aware humor. From anonymous luxury sedans that vanish into European streets to open-top roadsters destroyed in dramatic fashion. From roaring supercars to grounded performance machines and tiny underdogs, these vehicles communicate restraint, excess, desperation, and ingenuity. This breakdown examines the standout cars across the franchise, explaining why each was chosen, how it functions in the action sequences, and what it reveals about the story, the characters, and the direction of the series. The BMW 735 IE38, Mission Impossible. The series begins with quiet professionalism, and the BMW 735i perfectly embodies that. This understated luxury sedan appears during the tense Prague sequences, where surveillance, betrayal, and careful maneuvering dominate over explosions. It fits the film's colder, more cerebral espionage tone, quiet, professional, and anonymous. No gadgets, no theatrics, no roaring engines announcing arrival. Just a serious European executive car that blends seamlessly into the city streets, which was exactly the point. The E38 supports classic spy tradecraft in every way. Its smooth V8 power delivers effortless speed without aggression, while the elegant yet unflashy design allows it to park unnoticed outside embassies or cruise through historic districts. It moves without drawing attention, facilitates discreet surveillance, and enables quick, silent escapes. The design emphasizes discretion over dominance, comfort over confrontation. This vehicle choice signals that the original Mission Impossible, directed by Brian De Palma, prioritized psychological tension, intricate plots, and human betrayal over pure destruction. Presence matters more than outright speed. The car disappears into the background, forcing the audience to focus on the human elements, the masks, the double crosses, the moral ambiguity. In a franchise that would later explode into global spectacle, this BMW reminds us of the roots in grounded, shadowy intelligence work. The BMW Z8, Mission Impossible 2. With the second film, everything accelerates, and the BMW Z8 marks a dramatic pivot toward glamour and excess. The breakout star of the movie, this silver BMW Z8 Roadster, became instantly iconic after the breathtaking cliffside duel and its heartbreaking destruction scene. It represented a major shift in the franchise under John Woo's direction, towards style, speed, slow-motion doves, and cinematic excess. This car single-handedly sold the idea that Mission Impossible was evolving into a full-blown blockbuster action brand. The Z8 prioritizes pure flair and deliberate vulnerability. Its retro-inspired open top, razor-sharp lines, and missile-like proportions scream elegance and danger. Powered by a high-revving V8 borrowed from the M5, it accelerates with ferocious urgency but offers zero protection. No roof, no armor, just exposure. The Roadster reflects a film fully embracing spectacle over subtlety. Destruction becomes not just functional but deeply emotional. Watching the Z8 plummet off the cliff feels like losing a character. The car does not endure long battles. It shines briefly, dramatically, and sacrificially, mirroring the film's heightened romantic undertones, over-the-top villainy, and balletic gunfights. In Woo's hands, the Z8 isn't just driven, it's performed. The Lamborghini Gallardo, Mission Impossible 3. J.J. Abrams brings personal stakes to the forefront, and the Lamborghini Gallardo introduces exotic, unapologetic aggression. Used during the intricate Vatican infiltration sequence, this sleek, loud, and exotic supercar reflects the franchise experimenting with high-end Italian machinery as visual shorthand for danger, wealth, and audacity. The Gallardo is more about bold image than central plot mechanics, but it leaves a lasting impression amid the film's emotional core. The mid-engine layout favors explosive noise and commanding presence over any pretense of subtlety. Its angular design, scissor doors, in spirit, thunderous V10 roar, and vibrant orange hue demand attention from blocks away. It supports lightning-quick infiltration into restricted areas and equally bold tire-smoking exits. The Gallardo aligns perfectly with a story that explores Ethan Hunt's personal life, colliding with global threats, marriage, kidnapping, moral compromises. Speed becomes a defiant statement against vulnerability. The vehicle reinforces that missions now mix unflinching professional duty with raw emotional chaos, where style can be a weapon and excess feels earned. The BMW 5 Series sedan, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. After the personal intensity of 3, Ghost Protocol scales up to team-based impossibility, and the BMW 5 Series sedan returns the franchise to functional grounding. Used during the Moscow and Dubai segments, this choice feels more practical and less flashy than previous entries. It reflects the film's return to practical spy work, intertwined with utterly insane practical stunts, like the Burj Khalifa climb. The midsize executive sedan balances everyday comfort with hidden capability. Clean aerodynamic lines, rear-wheel drive poise, and discreet yet potent inline-six power define its understated approach. It handles dense urban evasion, high-speed highway pursuits, and quick getaways without unnecessary drama or attention. This vehicle form supports seamless team coordination, gadget deployment, and those signature impossible feats executed with real-world physics. Reliability and versatility matter far more than showmanship. The car blends effortlessly into international metropolises, reinforcing the film's expanded global scale, resourcefulness under disavowal, and emphasis on human ingenuity over superhuman hardware. The BMW M3 F80, Mission Impossible. Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation sharpens the focus on rogue agencies and uneasy alliances, and the BMW M3 F80 brings tightly controlled intensity to the table. Featured prominently in the breathtaking Casablanca chase, this modern performance sedan balances blistering speed with precise control. It feels entirely believable for a covert operative who still requires serious, usable power without sacrificing drivability. The compact M3 emphasizes Bavarian precision engineering at its peak. Shorter dimensions than larger siblings, turbocharged inline-six urgency, razor-sharp handling, and rear-drive bias allow impossibly tight maneuvers through narrow souks and mountain roads. It closes gaps aggressively yet maintains composure under extreme stress. This car reflects a narrative centered on shadowy rogue elements, fragile personal alliances, and Ethan's increasing isolation. Movement becomes purely tactical, every drift, every throttle blip calculated. The vehicle supports evasion through superior skill and engineering, not overwhelming brute force or luck. The BMW M5 F90. Mission Impossible. Fallout. Fallout raises consequences to punishing levels, and the BMW M5 F90 delivers unrelenting visceral force. Widely regarded as delivering one of the most praised car chases in modern action cinema, the Paris sequence shows Ethan wrestling the M5 through impossibly tight cobblestone streets, against oncoming traffic, and into near-constant disasters. The car is heavy, brutally fast, and perfectly matched to the film's darker, more physically demanding tone. This super sedan fuses Grand Tour luxury weight with savage, all-wheel drive acceleration and massive torque. Adaptive suspension, carbon ceramic brakes, and intelligent grip enable navigation of absolute chaos while absorbing relentless punishment. It doesn't just go fast, it endures, fights back, and pushes mechanical limits. This vehicle form amplifies real consequences and physical endurance in a franchise now defined by them. Raw power becomes both asset and burden. The M5 reinforces a story where past mistakes compound exponentially, alliances fracture under pressure, and physicality dominates every frame. The Fiat 500 Classic. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. While after decades of escalating horsepower, Dead Reckoning subverts expectations brilliantly with the classic Fiat 500. A deliberate, hilarious subversion instead of a supercar or high-tech beast, Ethan and Grace find themselves handcuffed together in a tiny, ancient Fiat during the manic Rome chase. The humor, tension, and sheer exhilaration stem entirely from how completely unsuitable this microcar is for high-speed espionage. It's one of the franchise's smartest, most memorable vehicle choices. The narrow body, wheezing two-cylinder engine, bouncy vintage suspension, and comically small wheels create perfect mismatch against pursuing motorcycles and armored SUVs. It slips through impossibly tight Roman alleys and down ancient staircases, but struggles desperately to reach highway speeds. This vehicle forces partnership, improvisation, and laugh-out-loud creativity. Limitations become the point, turning weakness into advantage. The Fiat reflects the series' growing maturity, injecting genuine humor amid life-or-death peril, prioritizing human connection and cleverness over ever-bigger hardware. In a franchise built on excess, this little Italian icon proves that less can absolutely be more. From the discreet BMW 735 and I's shadowy restraint to the Fiat 500's chaotic humility, every Mission Impossible car expresses a different philosophy of movement, disguise, and survival. These machines aren't mere props. They're reflections of espionage evolution, blockbuster ambition, tactical precision, brutal power, and unexpected wit that shape how Ethan Hunt navigates an increasingly impossible world. So that's our full breakdown. Now I want to hear from you. Which Mission Impossible car do you think perfectly matches its film? And which one surprised you the most when you learned the meaning behind its design? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Mission Impossible lore and vehicle-driven storytelling, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. We have plenty more breakdowns coming soon. See you in the next one.